Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Rampage and this will be another rant video. I'm sorry, but it has to happen. So, if you don't know already and you live in Australia, Watch Dogs was classified as MA15 Plus on September 13, 2013. With mild impact in drug use, moderate impact in language, nudity and sex, strong impact on themes and violence. The version is original, meaning not cut. Oh wait, the game was reclassified as R18 Plus with references to sexual violence and sex scenes, moderate impact in language, nudity, strong impact in themes, drug use and sex, and high impact in violence. Here's the kicker. Version is modified. Why? Now, there's one bit of key information that I want to show you guys in the guidelines that I did not see before. So, this is the official Australian government legislation or guidelines for the classification of computer games 2012, based on the Act of 1995. This is the updated version of 2012. So, let's just scroll down a little bit, where it says the Act or the Code. Under the Code classification, decisions are to give effect as far as possible to the following principles. Adults should be able to read, hear, see, and play what they want. Minors should be protected from material likely to harm or disturb them. Holy shit, Australia. Wait, so you're saying that adults should be allowed to play whatever they want, read whatever they want, and see whatever they want? Then why are you refusing classification on a few games or requesting alterations with games that shouldn't be altered? Why are you doing that? Oh wait, there's more. Let's scroll down to the MA15 Plus and R18 Plus rating for this legislation. Now I know that I have done this in the past, so I have to do it again because there are a few people out there that don't even know about this or that just don't compare this, right? So, alright. Themes. The treatment of strong themes should be justified by context. Violence. Violence should be justified by context. Strong and realistic violence should not be frequent or unduly repetitive. Sexual violence, implied or otherwise, is not permitted. Sex. Sexual activity may be implied. Sexual activity must not be related to incentives and rewards. Language. Strong, coarse language may be used. Aggressive or strong, coarse language should be infrequent and not exploitative or offensive. Drug use. Drug use should be justified by context. Drug use related to incentives and rewards is not permitted. Interactive, illicit, or prescribed drug use is not permitted. Nudity. Nudity should be justified by context. Nudity must not be related to incentives or rewards. R18 Plus. Themes are virtually no restrictions on the treatment of themes. Violence is permitted, high impact violence, that is, in context, frequent, grand, whatever, exploitative and offensive to a reasonable adult will not be permitted. What the fuck's a reasonable adult? Actual sexual violence is not permitted. Implied sexual violence that is visually depicted, interactive, not justified by context or incentive or related to incentives and rewards is not permitted. What? So you're saying that sex can't be in it? Or it can be, but what? I don't even understand this. It makes no sense. Sex. Depictions of actual sexual activity are not permitted. Depictions of simulated sexual activity may be permitted. What? Last time I checked, games are simulated. Depictions of simulated sexual activity that are explicit and realistic are not permitted. Then what the fuck is sexual activity then? Cupping some chick's boob? Slapping someone's ass? What? Language. There are virtually no restrictions on language. Drug use is permitted. Drug use related to incentives and rewards is not permitted. Interactive, illicit, or prescribed drug use that is detailed and realistic is not permitted. It's R18 plus! Why? Incentives and rewards is not permitted. Realistic or detailed is not permitted. Then what is permitted? Nothing? Nudity is permitted. So, if nudity is permitted, yet sex scenes that are simulated, games, may be permitted, yet actual sexual activity is not. I've said this in the past. They are contradicting themselves in this legislation. Now, this bullshit about not permitted or to incentives and rewards is complete and utter ridiculous. That is the reason alone, that fucking line, why games are getting either classified as RC or getting altered in Australia. We have become the laughingstock by every fucking gamer out there purely because of our rating system. Firstly, it was because we didn't have an R18 plus system. Secondly, before I get to that, how come we were getting less games that were altered as MA15 plus than we are with R18 plus? Answer that fucking question, Australian government. But anyway, where was I? I don't even fucking remember. But if you want me to fucking vote, if you want people in my generation to vote, which is a lot of people, and I can guarantee a lot of those people, apparently it's about 30% of my generation play video games. That is a fucking huge amount. If you want all of those people to vote, fix your fucking legislation. Refused classification. Everything that is higher than R18 plus, fuck knows how that can be, is refused, apparently. So, again, if you want to look at this legislation and everything that I'm talking about in this article, or not really article, but, you know, this rant video, everything will be in the description, so you guys can check it out. But, before I leave, I would like to point this out. Now, I couldn't find this reference to what they're saying in this Kotaku article, by any means necessary. Reclassification, what does R18 plus mean for you? Now, where was it? Okay. If a game has been refused classification, it can be resubmitted for classification when we receive an R18 plus rating. So, wait for it. You can reclassify a game to suit our needs, yet you have to wait 2 years for it. Then how was Saints Row classified as MA15 plus, which actually had a rating, same as Watch Dogs? Then it was reclassified as R18 plus, both of them. Yet Saints Row 4 had shit removed. Watch Dogs also has shit removed. I'm surprised that there aren't like either riots because of this or massive protests. I am fucking surprised that this hasn't happened yet. I'm all for it. I would go down to my fucking whatever the place is in town. I think it's like some parliament bullshit anyway. I don't even know. But I would go there with a fucking sign saying R18 plus. R18 plus. R18 plus. Or should I say MA15 plus altered? Or MA 18. I'm just lost for words as to how this relates to games. Because how the fuck does Grand Theft Auto 5 get an unaltered version in Australia? When there's like sex, there's all this other bullshit going on. I just don't understand this. We have an R18 plus rating. Allow us to use it. Anyone over the age of 18 should be able to play whatever they want. Any right-minded adult would be able to justify the means between not reality and reality. These type of people can tell the difference between in-game violence and real violence. What is the underlying cause for this shit? Now, I've seen a few videos in the past where people are relating Australia to America, where their game laws are like more advanced than Australia's, obviously, and in that regard they get like all of these sort of outlast violence and shit on schools and malls and all this other shit. I don't think that's a factor. These fucking people doing that sort of shit are psychotic to begin with. If you give some psychotic motherfucker the tools or the need to go out and repeat the same thing in that game that they just played outside, you're doing your job wrong. I wouldn't even give a flying fuck if this R18 plus rating was more towards the Americans, yet we had to have a fucking like medical background of no psychotic bullshit. I would not give a flying fuck as long as we get this shit to work. If that's the route that you want to go down, by all means, go ahead. Because I will gladly go get tested. I know that I'm probably some psychotic motherfucker, but I know the difference between right and wrong. I'm not an idiot. So why treat adults, right-minded adults, like children? That is the end of this rant video. If you have any questions or any responses, please leave them in the comment section below. I'm sure there's going to be a plentiful of hate. But I love you. My name is Rampage. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.